Welcome back to wonderful, just beautiful edition of Veggie Mike Ellis out there on the internets, on the Instagrams, out there on the YouTube, all that stuff. Thanks for joining me. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about a serious subject. Unfortunately, I do deal with serious subjects on Veggie Mike Ellis, but discrimination. It's the D word, discrimination. So what is discrimination, right? What is it exactly? It is assigning different sets of moral values to different groups based on a relevant criteria. That's really what it is, okay? So there's different forms of discrimination, right? Of course, they're all different, but they all are discrimination. So lately we've been dealing with racism, right? And facing racism in our society, right? Good thing to face that, and I'm being positive and thinking positively that good change is going to come out of everything that's happened, and that good things are going to happen. In the name of justice, in the name of anti-racism. So, I'm hoping for that. So, let's be positive on that. Reforming the police and our society, really. But we're real familiar with that. We've been talking about that, of course. There is classism, right? Discrimination against poor people, for example. Or technically, you could say discrimination against rich people, but the ones that are disenfranchised are really the victims in discrimination. So you really have to focus on the victims of discrimination, right? Rich people aren't victims, okay? They have the power and the money. So same with the majority, with racism. I don't need to state the obvious. Ableism, discrimination against disabled people, right? Sexism, we have, discrimination against gay people, and the list goes on, right? So there's one that, of course, I focus on and vegans focus on, and it's called speciesism, right? And it's discrimination based on species. So the idea that group over there has less moral value than this group. My group has more moral value than your group. So discrimination with speciesism applies to both humans versus animals, and then some animals versus other animals. So let's start with animals. So, for example, cats and dogs. Oh goodness, they have so much more moral value than pigs and cows and fish, right? Of course they do. They're just worth more. Their lives are worth more, aren't they? Their suffering has more value, doesn't it? In our society, people are very proud of this form of discrimination. They're not ashamed of it. Let's start by just considering the shame involved. Let's start being ashamed of it. Let's just start there. At least racists look around before they tell a joke. They look around because they're ashamed of themselves. Deep down, they know they're wrong. And they know that people don't support it. We live in a society where people support. I mean, yes, there's plenty of people that support racism. Excuse me, I don't mean that. I'm not trying to minimize it. But my point is that they know to be ashamed of themselves, don't they? Yeah. We're all very proud speciesists, okay? We don't have a problem saying, petting our cat and our dog while eating our chicken sandwich, do we? Think about that. Just think about it. Does that make sense to you? Is that rational? Is that moral? Discrimination is not just immoral. Discrimination is not rational. It's not logically sound. Think about it. What's the biological difference? How do cows and chickens and fish suffer differently? Their pain means less? No, we've assigned them different sets of moral values and decided, the oppressors, us, decided that certain animals have less value. They're going to be used for certain purposes, and other animals are going to be used for other purposes. So we treat our horses a little bit better than we treat our farm animals. We ride on their backs and everything, but we don't eat them. Well, in some countries they do. You see how it depends on where you go, because it doesn't matter. You're going to practice speciesism differently in different countries. So you're going to eat dogs in some countries, right? And they're going to have dog fighting in some places. It's legal in some places, and then other places people are horrified by dog fighting. But then they eat their big cheesesteak. So just think about that. Just think about, does it even make sense? It's discrimination. Okay, I'm not even saying that animals should be able to drive and be voting. Let's not be ridiculous. Okay, we don't let children vote, and we don't let disabled people. Well, some disabled people don't vote because they're not capable of making or signing a contract. Right? They're not capable of making decisions like that. But we don't treat disabled people like we treat farm animals, do we? Right? Why? Okay? Because we know it's horrifying, right? It's horrifying. Okay, so just think about it. Does it make sense to be a speciesist and be so proud of it? God, people are not even ashamed of it to be speciesist. And even vegans are speciesists. Sorry, a lot of them are. And there's still vegans out there telling people it's okay to cut back. Yeah, just cut back. Just do it less often. It's about your journey. It's about you and your journey. Yeah, it's actually not. It's about the victims. In every case with discrimination, it is about the victims. It's not about the oppressor taking their time. Think about that. In any other form of discrimination, misogyny, oh, you'll get around to it. You'll treat women like equals. Just treat women like equals on Monday. Just misogyny-free Mondays. Oh boy, doesn't that sound nice? You see how ridiculous that is? It's not even logically sound, let alone morally unsound. Think about that. Yeah, speciesism. The only way to not be a speciesist is to live vegan. Is to live vegan and not treat animals like a thing, like a piece of property to be bought and sold with their lives, a commodified thing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.